Hey everybody, it's Mark again with Ladder of Lights Rung 4 with Lilith. As with the other videos in this series, the first few slides are going to be repeats because I just want to make sure that anybody who jumps in the middle knows what we're talking about and isn't caught confused. So if you've already watched, you can skip over till we get to the actual rung. So the Ladder of Lights. Ancient Mesopotamian culture was very aware of the night sky and the heavenly bodies that inhabit it. They were skilled astronomers and astrologers. One of their main practices that merged their astronomy, astrology, and their spirituality was called the Ladder of Lights, which has 8 spheres, which was the known spheres in the universe for them, beyond stars, which is Earth, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The Ladder of Lights was later adopted by the Jewish people, probably during their Babylonian exile, but by combining it with their Merkava mysticism or throne chariot mysticism to produce what we now call Kabbalah. The spheres in the Ladder of Lights are aspects of deity and a bridge to heightened consciousness. Lilith. Lilith is a goddess in ancient Sumer, Akkad, Assyria, and Babylon, which is Mesopotamia, and she was associated with wind or air, night, and sexuality. Lilith is both a goddess and a demon. Now we have to understand demon in the context of Mesopotamia is not the same as Christian demons. That word was used in the translation, but demons are not about good and evil. They are about beings that do not follow the godly rules. Gods and goddesses are descended from the primordial pair of deities, and demons are any god, goddess, or spirit who doesn't follow the rules. The name Lilith appears in the Sumerian Assyrian god list. This is a document in cuneiform that has both the Sumerian and the Assyrian names for all of their deities. So if they're on the list, they are a god or goddess. In this list, Lilith is listed with her Sumerian name of Dimigi and her Assyrian name of Lilith. Her Sumerian name loosely means deity of the night, and her Assyrian name means she who comes by air. There are several deities that appear later, post the Sumerian period, who can be associated with Lilith and her attributes. They are very similar to her, whether they're aspects of her or if they are separate entities, we can't be sure. So rung 4, Venus. The color is green. The incense plant is rose, laurel, and red sandalwood. The focus, love and fertility. Stones, rose quartz. Alternate aspect, ardent lily. Method, spell bottle. Optimum timing, Friday at dusk. The Mesopotamian month or Sabbath is Yar, around 5/1. And the chakra is the heart. Ardent lily. The Sumerian name for ardent lily is Ki-el-lila, and the Akkadian name is ardent lily. The meaning of this name is handmaiden of Lila. Ardent lily's name in Sumerian, Kisil-lila, means handmaiden of Lila, which is attest to her status as either a servant or aspect of Lilith. Lila is related to Layla in Hebrew, which means night, and ardent lily was said to enter through a window and was considered a spirit and demon of prostitution. Now, prostitution is sacred prostitution, which is more like tantra and not like Western sexuality or prostitution. What is a witch's bottle? A witch's bottle is sometimes called a spell bottle. The purpose of this is to seal energy within a vessel. It's good for many different types of spells. The bottle or vessel can have a picture, herbs, oils, holy water from your altar, or other items put into the bottle to build the magic. I create the witch's bottle and then you use it in a ritual as a representation of the purpose of the working. During the ritual, I put a candle on top of the bottle and light it. The candle burns down and seals the lid. The vessel. The vessel can be anything that holds liquid and has a lid. You can reuse jars from items you get at the grocery or unused containers such as a mason jar. Just make sure you clean it out completely and sterilize it so it doesn't have something funky like pickle smell or whatever. And this is again, so you don't contaminate the spell with something unintentionally. After the vessel has been cleaned and dried, put it on your altar and let it sit for a few days before you use it in ritual. Consecrate the container with a drop of oil and consecrate it to whatever deity you work with. In this case, it would be Lilith or Lilith or ardent lily. Contents. Select an oil that works with your intention. I use sunflower oil for magic that is expansive, healing, love, etc. I use pumpkin oil for magic that is restriction, binding, protection, etc. Select herbs for what you are working with. You can get several books on herbs and their associations, or you can find all this on the internet. I often use a picture of the subject or an image of something that represents the intent, and I take water off my altar to add to the bottle. You can also include other items such as crystals, stones, or anything else that you feel led to include. Now, I always put the solid objects in first, followed by the oil and water, because they may float and you may overflow your bottle if you don't. Create the bottle. Place the picture or image at the bottom, then put the herbs and other items in, then add the oil or water. When you're done, close the bottle. If it has a metal lid, you can use a Sharpie to put a sigil, word, or picture on top. During the ritual, put a candle on top of the bottle and light it. Let it burn all the way through so that the wax seals the bottle. And you can use any kind of ritual here. You can use traditional witchcraft, you can use Kabbalistic ritual, you can use ceremonial magic, or whatever kind of ritual you do. The month in Mesopotamia is Yar, and the pagan holiday of Beltane occurs on May 1st and happens during this month. Beltane is the anglicized name for the Gaelic May Day festival. Most commonly, it is held on May 1st, about halfway between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. Historically, it was widely observed throughout Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man, and focused on fertility. So this is the Sabbath that matches this rung of the Ladder of Lights. Hopefully that was helpful. We'll have more rungs coming up. Thank you.